have to share it after we go live.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, I haven't seen you in eons and eons.
Yeah, eons of minutes.
Eons, no, not even eons of minutes, not even eons of
Well,
nanoseconds. That's the
anyway,
way I like it.
in
That's
our
the way I
little
like it.
fledgling network, we really made some progress today.
It's less fledgling today. So
We're
usually,
a little. These little tiny pin feathers are
yeah,
beginning
these little
to
tiny pin
are beginning to sprout on. But anyway,
Yes. I'm going to
so
share it now on Media Network on Facebook. That's what I'm doing right now. So that's why I still have this little start card up because I want to. Oh, what is this? Contact seller. Oh, shit. What is going on? Anyone who's watching us on SDF, can y'all comment, please? Can somebody confirm that we are live on? Let me do this over here. Okay. Just having SDF is just acting a little bit different. Hey, Jamie Bennett. All right, Jamie, where are you watching us right now? If you could let us know where you're watching us,
she has
that
a
would
little
help me.
F. She has a little F on her.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
And
fan
Bob Ross is
zero.
here. Oh,
Hello, Bob.
hello.
Hello, Jamie. Thank y'all for coming and spending a little time with us at the R&D Cafe for the very first time in the history of the R&D Cafe. We are
Yes.
on 4 days live in a row. 4 days. This is the first time we've ever done 4 days live in a row. This is our practice. This is the work we're doing. These are the reps. This is the stage time. This is the art of the art of learning how to do our broadcasts, to see what it is to be fantastic and fan driven, and uh, the kind of work that we're doing that
Mm-hmm.
helps us. So anyway, hello everybody. Hello Madeline. Hello Scott.
Hello,
Mr.
everyone. Oh,
Southwick.
South.
Southwick. Isn't that
I
a
love.
lovely name? Isn't that just a
Very
lovely name?
lovely name, very erudite. I feel every time I'm talking with Scott, I feel like I go up a level of erudition. Let
Really,
me
really. And
change the
every
back.
time you talk with me, you go down a few
Can you
levels.
not? Do not say no. That is so not true. Okay. So Bob, since and Joe Willie is here. This is so wonderful. Madeline the troublemaker. Joe is this fantastic musician, and he said, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are willing to subject yourself to the Tardon treatment, right? To be interviewed by the great Dennis Tardon. Joe Willie is an amazing musician. I mean, like really, really A-list amazing music. And Dennis, he plays music that I think you'll really like. I think you would
Really?
really, really like his type of, because Dennis likes Arlo Guthrie and that whole style. And I think,
Oh,
yes, Joe is in. Joe's in. Yes, thank you, Joe. Um, okay,
I
thank
do.
you, Joe. So
I'm in the music that I have really enjoyed. I love storytelling.
yes.
It's always been one of the things. Everything from back when I was a kid. There was a song, and oh my God, I can't remember the writer's name, but and the singer, but it was called "Sink the Bismarck." So it was a whole
Mhm.
story about hunting for this famous battleship, this German battleship, and it went. And so
Mhm.
those are the story songs that I love, and so I've always liked it. Even Janis Ian when at 17, or Paul McCartney, that he wrote the one about She,
Mhm.
and the story of when she was leaving her parents, and the parents were mourning her leaving. I mean, the story songs are the ones, or any of the Billy Joel. I mean, Piano Man is such an extraordinary story song, and those are,
Yes.
so that's what gets me. That's what grabs me in the
Because you like
Kingston Trio did a
story.
lot. Yes.
Kingston Cheer did a lot of those. Yeah, exactly. And that's something I always shied away from. Okay. So some of this
Hmm.
is generational. One of the reasons, because
Yes,
one of the
child.
can you stop? I do want to say hello to Stevie Hendershot. Stevie, I was at your show last night. You did a fantastic job. Julio Morales, I was at your show last night. And Julio, tell me the name of this song because it's been in my head all day. And I don't know the lyrics, but it goes dun 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 dun. You know it. You know it. Let me know because I want to record that. And Sylvia Madrana wants to record that on the ukulele. Everyone should go and check out Stevie and Julio and Joe. So many great musicians who are here.
Hola,
And
hola, Julio. Does Julio know soy mexicano?
we'll find
Does
out,
does
Julio.
Julio speak Spanish?
But you have to ask him in Spanish. You're Mexican.
Señor Julio, uh, ¿habla español? Soy mexicano. Es mi primera vez. Soy un niño. Es mi primera vez en México. So we'll see whether or not he. And the thing is
I understood what you said.
I have now exhausted my entire Spanish repertoire. I have
I know.
nothing else to say. That's it.
And I, as a gringa, understood everything you said. That's not good. It's not particularly complex.
I know it's
Julio
just
said
awful.
he failed Spanish.
Yeah.
Julio said he failed Spanish. So
yeah. All right. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yo también. I did too, Julio.
That's okay. That's okay.
My family in Mexico calls me the gringo. So that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
A snowball, like a hostess snowball, white on the outside and brown on the inside.
Your mother wasn't even born in Mexico, and she spoke like fluent Spanish.
Beautiful. No, she taught Spanish. She would more than just did that. I mean, she was an absolutely extraordinary Spanish speaker. I mean,
isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you still have it in you somewhere. We're going to shake you up and make it. Look, he says, no. Oh, Tim Beeson is here. I know La Cucaracha. And then Tim Beeson said, no comprende, señor. Inglés, por favor. I even understood
that. Let's go with Inglés, por favor. Because this is better. And not to be jingoistic, but English is the official language of the R&D Café. It doesn't matter whether you're Ukrainian.
It's not even the official language of America. It's not even. How can it be the official?
But it's also the official language of business. So I don't feel badly about that because around the world, the official language of business, just like the dollar is the currency, the official language,
right? It is
of business. The common language of business is English.
Yes. Keep going.
No, I was just going to bring in the Chinese influence and all that. Know that it's going to be changing.
It will. Yes, it will be changing. That's why Mark Zuckerberg famously learned Chinese, and he even presented it flawlessly, apparently, in China, I think about a year and a half ago. They're trying to make inroads there. And that's why Tardon Media Network is now going to be Chinese. I'm just going to say that. I just made this decision right now as you were saying it. I was like, that's the future. And so we're going to move now to Shanghai. Yeah, what did that say? I know, ni hao. We need to get Rory here. Rory Penland, of course, lived for 15 years in China, so he speaks pretty well. Okay, my mug is better than Dennis's. Can anyone understand why mine is different and better than Dennis's? Oh shit, it's not really showing it, is it?
It's because you have alcohol in yours.
No, I don't. Why does everyone always say that? Okay, Fred Bowman is here. Now we can officially start. Nothing fucking happens until Fred Bowman is here. I wanted to say, Dennis, so here's the thing. Everybody's asking where our man Jonathan Phipps is. Where in the world is Jonathan Phipps? Well, I have an answer. Because he's not here. And this feels a little different, okay? He is not producing this episode. So as Jonathan would say, this one's going to be for the birds. Jonathan gives up before anything happens. He always just gives up. So yes, so Jonathan's not here. He's doing a whole car racing thing. He's at a car racing museum in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. His heart is with us, okay? But he sends his love. He will be watching the replay. And everyone who watches the replay, I keep forgetting to greet y'all. So Dennis and I are now going to greet everyone on the replay. So all the live people are no longer here. And we're going to say, what do you want to say to the replay squad?
Well, All right, we are addressing you from the past.
We are chrononauts.
Addressing you. This is we are talking to you in the future. You
Hmm.
future people who are futurely watching us, who are on tape when we
Of
are
the
we
future
are
persuasion.
of the future persuasion, and assuming that the world still exists, assuming that everything is continues on at least in some ways the way it is. Welcome. Thank you for taking your time in the future to spend some time with us, because we are this fledgling
We are
Tardon
no longer
Media Network.
fledgling. I feel like we
We're,
just
we're
went up a
getting
notch
little.
today.
We went up a notch today because we made
We,
plans. We made plans to actually to be able to have our network platform. Today, we had a meeting with our partners, Melissa Roth and Renee Yaworsky and me. I had a meeting, and we said, okay, well, we're going to try to take this to this next level. So we've engaged a webmaster who is
Mhm.
going to give us help us to create a platform, and we're planning on by the end of actually going live for our platform by September the 30th. So it'll be a platform where Tardon Media will be able to have all of the shows
Mhm.
powered by women, man to man. It's casual and one hit wonderful. These are our four
You got to keep
the
going
basic
because we got
shows, and
more, more, more.
we have reasonably spontaneous conversations that we're about to begin a whole series of them, of some reasonably spontaneous conversations.
Mhm.
Jay, uh,
J Link, J Link, J Link. A lot of people,
Jay, and
right?
all and all of, and a lot of our fans, because we are
Mhm.
fantastic and we're
We are
fan driven,
fantastic.
and we need you. We want to have your stories, because one
This
thing
is you being the
we
Uncle
we
Sam. This
we
is you
love
doing,
being
we want you.
yeah, we love the idea that we certainly want A-listers. We certainly want the people who will
Everybody
do it.
that we know
But
is an A-lister.
the thing is that everybody is
Everyone
an
we know
A-list.
is an A-lister.
Everyone is an A-lister. Every single person has a story, and their stories are as valid as anyone else's. I mean, we all have to get up, we have to be born, we have to live, we have to grow, we have to learn, we get to die. All of these things get to happen to us on this journey called life. And I am fascinated with what it is that it takes. I want to know, let me be on screen.
Okay.
I
You have
want to
access to this, you know.
Thank you. I want to know what it's like to be you. Yes, you. You. I'm talking. I want to know what it's like to be you, because you are as valid and as amazing and as extraordinary a light as anyone who has ever existed. And I want to prove it.
Yes, I agree. And I totally agree. And that's some stuff. We have lots of programming that's going to be coming up because Jamie Bennett is pitching a show to the network. Jamie
Lovely.
Bennett. Yes. Now Jamie Bennett has an amazing, I mean, she has I don't want to do any
No,
spoilers.
no,
We're
no,
gonna
no,
have
no. Don't don't.
we'll have a
Just
private
say
meeting.
James. Just say Jamie Bennett, and that is enough. Just that. Boy, that
She is amazing and she has amazing stories and she has a communications past and interviews. She's an amazing person and
wonderful.
comes from that background. But I also want to give a greet out to Jeannie because this is Jeannie's first time watching the R&D Cafe. So she's a first time viewer and we want to say hello. Hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
Jeannie. Welcome to
Yes, and now
spending time
Charlie
with us.
can't leave. Peer pressure, Charlie. If you try to leave, the cool kids are staying, and so you're going to miss all the cool topics like time travel. All right, Dennis, time travel. Do you think is possible?
Hmm.
Because you've studied
That's
quantum mechanics, you've studied
yes,
physics, you've
and
sat down with a
there
lot of
are
notable physicists, including
exactly.
he who shall not be named ever on this network. I do have a grudge. No, don't you? Don't. My arch
Who?
nemesis. I have a nemesis. Did y'all know that I have a nemesis? Okay. No, seriously. Now someone's going to crop this and like we're going to get a cease and desist letter from this man. He's a beautiful man and I'm just joking and I have nothing but love for him. He's a fantastic
Oh,
human being.
he's an extraordinary an absolutely extraordinary
We'll change that. We'll
theoretical
change the
physicist.
audio later. I think that Clifford is an amazing human being, and I would really like to see him again sometime. We'll change the audio. It never happened. This is live TV. Um, yes. So yes, and that's a fantastic conversation. Actually, we should probably promo that more.
Time
You said
travel. I'm according to quantum mechanics, that any there is no mathematical reason why. I mean, the math works either for time going forward or time going backward, but there is an arrow of time. There's an arrow of time that appears to go in one direction.
mm-hmm.
And so it appears to go in that direction. So has the future actually occurred, or does the future merely happen when we experience it? So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, I mean, or does it work on a timeline, or how does it work? Well, I don't know. I think it's theoretically possible, but I'm not curious about it. I mean, my curiosity is that there are more things to explore in this present moment. Are you through
This is what's
playing
important
with
right now
yourself? Yeah,
because it wasn't
thank
correct
you. I'm
initially.
discussing the deepest subject I possibly could, and you're over there
Well, you
going,
got it
"How do
handled.
I
You got it
look?
handled. That's
How
why.
do I
That's why I do
how do
these
I look?
shows with you,
Why
so
don't
I
you
can
just
opt out if I want to. You're such a
me on?
professional.
Why don't you just put me on screen? And that way you can go play with yourself and not even by yourself. I mean, and then until I mean,
Oh
really.
my! There are some things that if you do say live, you'll be in trouble. There's some things you cannot say live. I'm recovering. I'm
Okay,
recovering.
Phipps has
Jonathan
joined
Phipps
us.
just showed up. Jonathan Phipps just showed up. Oh shit! See what you did? Do you see what you did, Dennis? I want you to see what you did right now.
Yeah,
That's what you just did.
yeah.
So, anyways, Jonathan is here, and Jonathan, please, you should be sending us. He's our reporter in the field. He's going to be at the races, and that's why we even have a poster with a car on it now because
Blessed are those who go round in circles, for they shall be called wheels. And that's what he does. He's a good old stock car guy. I mean, he just loves them stock car racers. Really, I don't understand them. I get a little bit of what Formula One is about. I get a little bit about it, but it's something that you really have to get into. And I'm not putting it down. I'm not, honestly, I'm not putting it down, but it's just not something that I get.
that is why
It's
I'm
like
exposing you
sushi.
to it. Like I'm getting you the wrestler who's been waiting for you for like 6 weeks because I want to expose you to people that you don't.
No, wrestling. No, I
Mm.
disagree. Wrestling, I get, because number one, it is performance art. And number two, it's the stories. The reason why wrestling is so fascinating is because of the stories of the people. They actually have good versus evil. They have the different characters that they play. It's a
Okay, you are.
drama. I
I am
do get
okay.
that.
Did y'all hear it? Did y'all hear it? For any wrestling fans out there, you just did like 12 things wrong. Like you did, like I'm not letting you near a wrestler. I was telling people this, okay? I was like, I'm gonna have Dennis sit down with a wrestler,
Yeah.
but before I do, we're gonna have to have some discussions, okay? And so, Bob, what are you talking about? Careful about exposing anything here, Renee. We're still a little shaky about the topic. I don't know what that means, Bob. Please elucidate. I don't understand. But I won't. I don't know what that means. But yes, all I'm saying is I'm confused. So all I want to say is this, okay? Because we're still talking about time travel, and in that
What is
spirit,
your sense of it?
well, I want to talk about wrestling in the context of time travel. Okay. So wrestling is a very, I had a young man ask me last year. He said that his friends were mocking him for liking WWE. It's now called WWE, thinking it's real. And he said to me, "Can you tell me if it's real?" And I told him it is absolutely real and his friends are wrong. Right? So you guys all know this, right? Dennis's face says that he doesn't understand, but wrestling is real. Okay.
Okay, let me ask you something. Let me
It's
ask you something.
absolutely real.
Is Hamilton real?
It is not Hamilton. See, this is why I have to prep you. This should be a pre-production call, but we're doing it live because you cannot say to a professional wrestler that it's not real
I
because
didn't
it
ask. No, no,
absolutely
no,
is
no, no,
real.
no. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
Mhm.
is that Swan Lake is real. Those are athletes who are going out there and doing their
Mhm.
absolute best. They are
Wrestle.
doing,
Yes,
and the
Amity said
people.
wrestle. Yes, it is
Yeah, no,
wrestling.
no.
You're
I
right.
mean, in the same way they had people, improv players. They don't
Yes.
have a particular script, but they do go out there and do their
Mhm.
best. I mean, this is a. But if you're going to tell me that it is not theater, I'm going to disagree with you.
It's not okay. It depends what theater says, but it's its own animal, okay? And I'm getting blowback on either side now. This is a very dicey subject. It's very because wrestlers
But,
die, right?
they
Because
do.
wrestlers die.
Of course
It's
they do.
highly risky.
So do trapeze artists.
They put their bodies on the line every single
Yes.
day, and they do not get in the ring without getting hurt.
No.
They get hurt every
They
time.
cannot. They can't. You cannot do that and not get hurt. I certainly believe that to be true.
Right.
And
So here's the thing. So yeah. So I see what people are saying. So
but I also believe that they take care of one another, that they make
right.
sure that they make sure that they're
Thank
safe.
you.
They make sure that in the process it makes for great theater, but so is but the theater that isn't a negative. That isn't a negative. That doesn't mean if they make us believe it, isn't that
It
the whole
depends what
purpose of it?
so it depends what you think of as real, right? This goes back to what is reality. It is real for what it is. It is
Is
real.
there
And a
any
lot of these guys don't take
Renee?
scripts. A lot of these guys don't take
I
scripts
understand that. I
and they have
understand that.
to and okay, I'm just letting you know that they don't a lot of them don't take scripts and they do get hurt and then there is some magic to it as well, right? So then there's
Well, of
also some
course there
magic
is,
and that's what you're calling
and
theater.
they exactly because you have to if you're going to be safe in the ring, if you're going to be doing these kinds of athletic moves, you had better be safe. You better be able to trust the person
Yes.
you're in the ring with. You had
Right.
better be able to trust them and trust that they're going to be playing by the same rules you are so that you can help one
Yes.
another. If you guys are going to do a move, if you're going to do a fall, you
Mhm.
understand what you're doing so that you can keep one another safe.
Yes.
You're
These guys are
professionals. These are
yes. They're
professional
professionals.
wrestles.
They always say
So
that they know what
exactly.
they're doing. Yes, you don't wanna do this in the backyard. A lot of people get hurt trying to replicate this. These are professionals. They have mastered these moves and they know one another, and it is real. I mean, it is real. These people are putting their bodies on the line. They do get hurt. The way that a
Right.
football
So
player
why are you tell me what why you're telling me this?
I'm telling you this because I'm gonna sit you down with some with K Tumor. Okay, K Tumor is just now, last 2 weekends ago, hit Memphis wrestling, and anyone who knows wrestling means once you hit Memphis, you are now going. You're going for it. You're big time. K Tumor he is ascending. This guy is a star. He is the next. You fill in the blank, right? Hulk Hogan, whatever.
Right.
And he just hit Memphis and he has agreed to sit down with you. But I know I'm going to make sure that your semantics are in place because I know your brain is in place. But people who are pro
Renee,
wrestlers, they like
you
the
know me.
language to be there.
I understand that, but you know me, I am not anti-Semitic.
You are not anti-Semitic at all. Okay, so wait. So Gregory, the topic is time traveling wrestlers who race
You
cars.
didn't even let
Yes.
that have a beat. You just didn't
All
even
right, do
let
it
that
again.
have
Do
a
it again.
beat.
Gregory
All right.
stole the light there. Okay, I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I was
Let me try
chanting
it again. Let
Gregory's
me try it
name.
again.
Try it again.
Renee, you know I'm not anti-Semitic. There you go. Thank you.
I let it. I let it
Thank
happen.
you. At
I
least
let
let
it.
me have a tiny little beat before you go on to your next subject.
Okay, so here's all I'm saying. So I don't want anyone's takeaway to be that there is people who
It
know
is
wrestling.
art. Renee, it is physical art. These are artists. These are professional athletes. They are
Go one step
professional
farther.
athletes. They are professional athletes and they are artists. They are physical artists. Why isn't that enough?
Because
Why wouldn't that be enough? What would I have to say in order to you little wrestling girl
I will
to
tell you this. I will tell you this. All I want to say is this. When you sit down live on air with Kay Toomer, I don't want you to like ask him if it's real, and I don't want
I
you to
don't
minimize.
need to because
Okay.
I respect it too much. I
Right.
respect
Respect. Right. You have to come from a
I
place of
come
great
but
respect. Yeah.
and when have you noticed me other than when I talk to
Mhm.
you, when have
Mhm.
you noticed me not respect people?
No, 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 no. You definitely always have respect. That's you. Don't take it wrong.
Except for how I treat you, but everyone else in the world.
You are very respectful of me as well. Come on now. And so, okay, so Scott is calling me out on some bullshit of mine, right? So I'm not bullshitting. So the thing is, Scott, is I'm not saying that that they are doing the impact that they want the audience to think. That's what Dennis is calling art. And so, of course, it's quote unquote not real in that way, but they are getting hurt. They don't,
But
it's not
everyone
like a
knows
regular
that
thing.
you couldn't do what they're doing, these extraordinary
Right.
physical poundings
Hmm.
and the athletic moves in this that we are. There's no question. No question.
There's no question. There's absolutely no question. So anyways, okay, so I want to get back on track with the time traveling because the reason why I mention this is everybody is aware of the famous event that happened in the 80s when John Stossel, when he was young in his career, he went back in the 80s. There was no KFAB. They call it KFAB, which is what you're talking about, that there are aspects of it that are not directly in line with athletic competition. So it's called KFAB. And when that was still being trotted out in the 80s, John Stossel went and was investigating wrestling. And because it was actually a sport at that time. Now it's called entertainment, but at the time it was sport. And he confronted, I'm blanking on the guy's name, someone else will tell me. And the guy famously, and he asked the guy backstage, he said, Stossel said to the wrestler, it's fake. It's fake. Come on now. Just tell the people it's fake. It's fake. And the wrestler, slapped him twice and said, is that fake? And it went around the world and it changed the entire global perception of that entire industry. The industry
But
never,
it's the
yeah.
word the thing that I object to is the word fake.
Right, right. Fake. Exactly. Exactly. That's
I object to that word because it's not any more than the Bolshoi ballet is fake. That's not
right.
fake.
Yes.
That takes an enormous amount of physical endurance and coordination, collaboration in order to be able to do that kind. When you do those lifts, when you do those the pas de deux and the all these other words, I have no idea what I'm talking about. That are in ballet. Uh,
I just registered what you were saying, and it's so funny. It's so cute. I love it. Say pirouette. Say pirouette.
Pirouette,
Oh, it's
plie,
so beautiful. I love that. I
and
recommend to anyone who's interested about the intricacies of that industry,
right.
you might want to watch Mickey Rourke's performance in The Wrestler. It's about as raw and real as it gets. And so if you
Anyhow,
want to check that out.
all right. So anyway, what does that have to do with time travel?
Well, because there's something because time travel, I believe. So I just wanted to do like a harken back to that industry and how it has changed over time. That was my connection there, but that was inelegant. But anyways, Hal just walked in the room. Oh my gosh, there's so many people here. I just want to say, here's what I want to say. Time travel, I don't know if it's real or not. I know that what you're saying, that the math is there, saying that time travel is a possibility. So in that respect, but one of the reasons why I never sweat it that much is that we're all time travelers. Like that's the thing that I get really caught up into. Like right now, we are time traveling. We're just going slowly.
Have you ever sat down and attempted to experience the present moment?
Of course. Like, yes, you've met me.
No, I mean to sit no to sit down and just to try to watch, because in physics they that you could slice time into these little tiny little segments that move along, that kind of like cards that flip over, and
Hmm.
to sit and to experience that present moment is we talked about this with Adam Frank, the
Yes.
cosmologist, that also the Zen Buddhist, that he
Yes.
does that. And this opportunity to experience what the present moment it is. So I
Hmm.
agree. Time travel doesn't fascinate me as much as it does other people. In the same way that aliens don't fascinate me, because I find that people, I don't see. I am endlessly fascinated with human beings.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're so complex. They're so but I don't want here at the end. All right. So anyway,
Wait, we
what
have
else?
other topics. We have other topics. I want to talk about this one. Okay, let's move on real quick. False accusations. I've been wanting to talk about this all week. I've been chomping at the bit all week, and Dennis knows that. I want to always talk about this. So we had some issues in the fan base. And of course, I won't say any names, but people who know of some people accusing other people of certain things, of certain performers. But this is, of course, just a microcosm of what's going on in the world
Right.
where we have that. And I told Dennis, I said, this is really tough because for me, for me, it's really important. I have two rules, right? I want every single victim to be believed and honored. And I want every single person who is accused to be believed and honored. So now how do we do that? And I also don't want to be the person who sits in the sidelines saying, well, y'all just duke it out and I'm not going to have any opinion. Because to me, that's a cop out. I don't want to do that. So how do you do that? Now, I've been on both sides of it. I have been falsely accused. Boy, does that hurt like a motherfucker. That is one of the worst things. And there's nothing you can say because you can deny it all you want, but people who are wrong will deny it too. So you're sitting there and you're having to deny
Hmm.
something and you're just attacked, and I just shut down. It is one of the worst feelings in the entire world. And I've also been on the other side where I've been saying to people as a whistleblower, holy shit, how can you let this happen? And people saying, well, I don't know, Renee, it's not that big a deal, or I don't really, it's probably not the way you say, let me go. Gosh, it's so frustrating. So I don't have any answers, but maybe somebody else does. What do you do? Let's give an example. What do you do if you have two friends? Let's just say you have two friends. One accuses the other and what do you do? That happened to me. I had two friends and one of them said that person raped me. And that person called me and said I absolutely did not rape her. And I was equally close to both of them. That was fucking hard. That was hard. What do you do? So let's talk about it. What do you do?
Is there? I don't know. Boy, that is a really tough one to deal with. I mean, we're seeing this
Mhm.
with Governor Cuomo, right?
Right.
On
Yeah.
Because that I think that his is the most prime example currently of the accusations and what we're doing. I'm I don't I don't know, other than the conversation has to continue.
Okay.
Like for example, if Governor Cuomo was in this position, then I would like him to be able to go on boards or go on to continue to have a conversations about this that do not include him.
Right. Okay.
So in other words, how would he do that? Because if we're drawn into it, let's say that I'm accused
Hmm.
by someone of something.
Can
I,
we just say person X because I don't want to
yeah.
bring. I'm just. I
Well, I
don't
mean,
like.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to understand how that would feel. I'm trying to understand how I would do it, but I know that what I would want is to be able to be in the same room with the person and
Okay.
sit down and talk with them
Right.
with
Yes.
witnesses present.
Okay.
And by witnesses, I mean this is, as I told you that I'm starting this group, and anybody can join me. It's a 12-step group that I've started. It's called Attentionaholics Non-Anonymous. And that means we'll have our meetings. Our meetings will be broadcast on the internet. Hello, my name is Dennis. I'm an attentionaholic. I
Yes.
love the attention. I love the great, and all any of y'all who know Renee Yaworsky, if any of y'all have actually met her or have talked with her, you know that she likes gives this double, triple A heroin grade attention. She gives no, really, Bob Ross. Ask Bob Ross, fan zero of the Tardon Media Network.
Yes.
He knows what this absolutely heroin grade attention is that you give. And I'm an attentionaholic. I absolutely adore attention. That's one of the reasons why I do that. But I want to make sure that that I'm using it healthily. It's like people sometimes they say, uh, what are true accusations? So false accusations are true accusations, right? I mean, that's how
Mhm.
how we're doing. All right. So anyway, we'll get back to my routine on
No, no, keep going. No, keep going. I'm
well, why do you
entertained.
have false accusations up there while I'm
Oh,
doing the
because we were gonna
routine?
get back. I think because I found a way to weave it back in, but keep going. Okay.
All right. So
I'll
anyway,
take it
but
off.
but
I'll
the
take it off.
attention
I'll take it
the
off.
attention that I want is because I was thinking about it, and people say, well, you really shouldn't feed your ego. Well, I'm not so sure that doesn't ring true with me. What true with me is like it's like my body. I need to feed my body healthy food. Well, with
Mhm.
ego, I want to feed my ego healthy stuff, which means that I can to people I trust who can tell me what I'm doing, that I'm doing well, and they also are willing to call me on my bullshit and call me on
Mhm.
the places where I'm not, which you were doing about the wrestling, and you do
Mhm.
like all the time. I have never had a bullshit caller quite like you. I mean, you let me. I get away with nothing, and let me tell you, people, with Renee Yaworsky, the absolute most I can ever hope to be is equal. There is no such thing as having the upper hand with this person. No such thing. There is no such thing. You can, if I work my ass off, I can be equal. I can get right up to that equal thing, and that actually that's a feature and not a bug because
I don't even know what he's talking about because I always feel the other way. You know what I mean?
oh
I
no
always
no
feel
no 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 yeah that's what a person who is always has the upper hand would say. That is the out of the script of the upper hand person is to say,
okay.
oh no, not me, not me.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I
Well,
feel
if anybody has met you, they know better. You are one serious woman. You
thank
are an
you.
absolutely serious
Thank you.
human being, and that is and I give anyone the opportunity. If you have not met Renee Yaworsky, do not underestimate this woman.
Do not
Dear
underestimate me.
God,
Okay.
dear God, at
Fake
your peril.
news.
I
That's faker
promise
than
you.
wrestling.
I
Just
promise you,
fake.
God.
Don't listen
No.
to him.
Listen to me. Do not underestimate
You're gonna do like a
her.
Max Headroom thing where you're gonna take over the station and just say, "Do not listen to Renee." I don't see it that way, because I don't feel like I'm very powerful. I'll tell everybody this. This is what I say to Dennis too. Is like I feel like I never get my way ever. Like in my life, I feel like no one listens to me. I feel like I never get my way ever, especially with this one because this one, if you tell him to do A, he will literally do Z. Like
Well,
I'm
yeah,
serious.
but that's only because you and I have both realized that there are aspects of our personality that we're both 12 and we're the two kids in the back of the rooms that are cut ups and aren't paying any attention to the teacher. That's just what we do, and we're poking each other, and dipping your hair in inkwells and and doing this sort of stuff and breaking wind and blaming the other one and doing
Well, it is always you that breaks wind. That is always you. That's your purview. I was gonna say, Scott wanted to know if I'm an attentionaholic, and of course I'm not. That is fake news. Dennis always says that. That is projection. I am not. I was
I
never
know
the,
you're
I'm
you
not a
know
ham.
you're
He's the
not
ham.
you
Oink
are
oink. He's
not
the ham.
no I don't say that you're an attentionaholic any more
I'm
than I
not.
would than I certainly wouldn't accuse you. You have that's something that you have to own yourself. You can't do it. But however, I would encourage you to attend a meeting or two to see whether or not maybe just
I
maybe that it might be something, but that's
I
okay.
am not.
I'm not projecting. I'm
I'm
not
not.
projecting. Hey, this is a program of attraction and not promotion. So I'm
That's
not
right.
trying to
Yeah.
promote. I'm not trying to promote, and I'm not trying to take your inventory. But I'm just saying you might want to try a meeting.
I let me tell you something. I'm gonna say something extremely controversial. And I've been wanting to say this, and I'm gonna say it on the record. I'm flying by the seat of my pants right now, and I'm gonna say some shit. I'm gonna stir shit up right now because we're almost at the end, and I'm gonna stir some shit up. I have a theory, Dennis. I have a theory.
It could be It could be bunnies.
Wait,
I'm sorry. That was from Once More with Feeling. Joss Whedon's
I
musical
already know.
version.
I know what the reference is. Okay, okay. But here's the thing. No, here's the thing. I have a theory that neither one of us is an attentionaholic. I have a theory
But
that
I
Dennis is not.
love, but I love
I
attention.
have a theory that you're
Oh, but
not.
no,
I
no.
have
I
a
love
theory that you're
attention.
not.
Yeah, but I just love it. I mean, I go out, I wear that little badge that says "Hello World, it's me, Dennis." I go out and I greet people. I think that a store like HEB or like one of the grocery stores, the it's where they have people. They gather people together so I can talk to them. It's nice that there's something to buy there, but it's the
All of your life. I'm going to call you out. I think it's bullshit. I think that
really.
you don't want attention. I do. Because all your life you have had opportunities for mega attention and you have turned them down. How do you
But that's
explain
only
that?
because I was
How do you
afraid.
explain it?
Because I was afraid, because I was not ready. It was like it was like a
I'm giving you the side eye
no,
right now.
I swear, Renee, I put my money where my mouth was
Mhm.
today with our webmaster. I
Yeah,
am
but that's not
telling you,
attention. We
I wasn't ready, Renee.
Mhm.
Renee, I
Okay.
wasn't ready. You know, when you and I met in February of 2019, at
January.
that time, January of 2019, but who's counting, right? But
Technically December of 2018, but the podcast was in I'm a stickler. I'm a stickler. I come back. I'm reviving you right now. We'll have a fan. I have a fan, a church fan. Okay. I'm sorry. Yes, my cross
because
examination skills were legendary when I was in the
is that how annoying it is when I correct your grammar?
I think you have never
Because it's the
annoyed me.
most important.
Dennis has never annoyed me ever. Dennis does not annoy me. I don't know why. And I've told him this. It's weird. Like nothing he does annoys me. Nothing. He has never annoyed me ever. It's weird, isn't it? I'm turning shit upside down right now. I'm saying that we are not
The wor-
attentionaholics and that Dennis doesn't annoy me. And the world is going and that wrestling is not fake. And people are like, that's the hat trick, Renee. You're out of here. Someone get the cane. Renee is
All right. Thank you everyone for coming to the R&D
wait,
Cafe today.
wait,
This
no,
has just been such a wonderful
wait,
time, and I
wait.
love.
Wait. We're leaving. No, but see, that's different. See, now Dennis got a little hot there because he thought I was calling him out on not following maybe his dreams. But to me, there's two different things. And this is what I want to say. I don't think I'm an attentionaholic. The career that we are following right now, it does demand for you to be on screen, right? When you go into television, you
Right.
tend to be on screen, or when you play music, at some point you want to share it. We're writing literature now. There's a literature
Right.
wing of this network that
Oh,
we're doing.
which you need to talk more about, because we need to talk about. Renee is doing a thing called thumb novella, which she is. You wouldn't. It's just one of the things, Renee. You're such an extraordinary scenarioist and writer. You'll see. You'll see, everybody will see this. These are but I just love your writing, and I love what
Thank
you're
you.
doing. And
I want to say thank you to
thank you,
Jonathan.
everybody, for coming. Thank you,
Wait,
Jonathan, for
wait.
coming in, and Bob, and all the people that were here. What a lovely time we had today. You know that, Renee?
Dennis,
Isn't it
stop. Hold
lovely?
on. Hold on. Hold on. Cool your
Happy
heels.
trail
No,
to
that's cute, and I'm going to
you.
post that. There's a copyright issue with that, so I can't post it yet, but
Oh,
there's a very adorable. I love that one. Yeah, so Jonathan, if you could post that link, that would be really great. So Jonathan wanted you to know, Dennis,
hmm,
that Jonathan, it was an impromptu thing. He decided to narrate, he read live on air the first chapter of that thumb novella in front
oh,
of
wonderful.
a bunch of people, and I couldn't believe it. I was totally stunned, and everybody was weighing in and saying their comments and what they felt about it. And
Exactly.
he did a great job. Jonathan, thank you so much. Jonathan's really, that was so helpful.
Tell them the name.
The name of it is, can you remind us some universe? What is the name?
I love it. I love the deer caught in
Dennis,
the
do you
headlights.
know it? Do
I
you
just,
know it?
I love, I
All the
love
love in the
the,
universe.
all
All
the
the love in
love
the
in the
universe.
universe.
Thank you. Jonathan is here. The producer has arrived. Okay. And Scott, no, you have not offended me. And Scott, Dennis, Scott says that you should accept his friend request.
Oh,
Because
well,
Scott
thank
is,
you.
yeah.
Thank you, Scott. It's something that I don't do well as far as doing it. I don't mean to ignore it. It's just there's some platforms that I'm doing because there is just there's a lot going on right now.
Well, anyways, but yeah, and
But
Scott,
thank
you're
you,
always
Scott.
like,
I tell you what, just tell Scott, I'm going to get off right now the screen. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. And the first thing I'm going to do without anything else is to go there and accept your friend request. So I'm going to do that, and I'll message you right away, Scott. Okay.
okay, that's
All
right.
right.
Okay. So
Thank you.
goodbye,
Thank you,
everybody. We
everyone.
all love you.
All right. We love
Bye.
you. And
Oh, wait, let me do this. Let me do this. So thank you everyone for coming. I don't know why he always runs like that. He did that with Michael Nesmith too. Michael Nesmith literally cried because Dennis did that to him. Anyways, Jonathan Phipps is going to be going live. Jonathan, go live in Tardon Media Network if you can. And so everyone head on over. If you're on Tardon Media Network, just stay there. But let's see what Jonathan Phipps has because he's at the races, a day at the races.